Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Hell. It's me, Robinson, living proof that you can't out-exercise a bad diet.
And it's me, Stanley, anarchist of all things dog-related. I wouldn't even know what that means. That's why it's an anarchy. So,
I had a wild experience today at the gym.
Yo? Okay.
It was the first time ever, like, a straight up 10 out of 10 woman complimented me at the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I've been complimented by dudes. I've made friends with dudes. I have, like, the only time I ever interacted with a female is like, hey, using this, or just like opening the door. But like today, 10 out of 10 women came up to me while I was doing my incline curls, which works the long head of the bicep.
Okay.
And she said my socks were awesome.
Okay. Were they like hentai socks with like the Ahego face on there? Just like, cool. You know, complete like fucking neat, or like an otaku?
Close. It's a banana with something similar to an Ahego face on it.
Okay. So not an Ahego sock. Like, you see those sweatshirts online?
Oh, yeah.
Where they're like, hey, come buy this.
It's
yeah.
only anime girl faces, yeah.
Yeah. And you're just like, okay. I once saw a keyboard that had all the keycaps were Ahego faces. And I was just like, this is gross. And when you typed it, they had a microchip in it that made, like, moanings from, like, hentai. And I was just like, I destroy this thing. Throw it into a volcano. And whoever made that keyboard too, guess what? Volcano. That's our new thing on this podcast of, like,
volcano.
I don't know, just like, you know, fuck this person in particular is volcano.
Just to the volcano.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now today starts off because, like, I've had these socks for a while now.
Yeah.
I just never wear them because they're decorative socks. I only like taking them out for special occasions.
Okay.
But today, laundry day, I had zero socks at all, so I'm just like, I'll wear one of my fancy socks. Oh, and like I said, the first time I ever got complimented by a 10 out of 10 at the gym. So now this is the only thing I'll be wearing. I'm going to show up butt naked with just the socks on.
Well, like, did you follow up? Did you actually, like, say any, like, you know, ask for, ever, like, try to play it cool and ask for, like, a number or anything?
No, because at first I didn't hear her. Because I was doing my inclines. So she's like, nice socks. I'm like, huh? Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that? I said, I really like your socks. I'm like, oh, thank you. You have a nice workout. Yeah, you too. And then I went back to working out. And then as soon as my set was over, I'm like, oh, fuck, what have I done?
Yeah. You could have started a conversation, dude. You could have.
I could have.
You could have, but then also,
I could have said, if you like these bananas.
No, don't. You'll get kicked out of your gym. You won't. Don't do that. I'm not saying from personal experience, because number one, when I go to the gym, I am fucking miserable. I always feel good outside of it, but I'm like, don't talk to me, don't touch me, don't even approach me. Just let me suffer so that I don't look like a fucking blob, basically. So you have way more, like, courage than that, because, you know, fucking talking to anyone. That's why I love AirPods, because you just wear them, and sometimes I'll just wear them and work out in silence, and people won't talk to me. So it's great. It's like introversion times 1,000.
I got the Bluetooth headset, so nobody speaks to me. It's not on account of how I smell or how I look or my very angry face when I work out. No, it's because of my Bluetooth headset, nothing else.
Uh-huh. I know. I mean, hey, you probably need to get yourself some Raycons then, my guy. Which are, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I have never had a pair of Raycons, but I always see internet common etiquette, like, do his advertisements for Raycons, but whatever.
Man, Arlo, the blue puppet guy on YouTube, he did like a Raycon expanded lore universe.
No,
and,
he did? Okay.
100%. Like the first 3 Raycon ads were like normal. The fourth one was like, Def stole my Raycons. So now I have to find Def to get my Raycons back.
Yeah.
Like 2 ad reads later, he's like, I can't find him. I have to give up. Then an angel comes out and she's like, I'll teleport you to Def. And so he does. He gets his Raycons back to Def, but he accidentally opens a temporal rift, allowing different dimension Arlos to spill into the Raycon ads.
Okay.
So like
Great.
for six ads, it's just him complaining that the Arlos won't leave him alone.
Yeah, dude.
And now he has to go on a quest to seal everyone back into their dimension. And let me tell you, this all happens within like a 1-minute Raycon ad read.
That's
For
great.
like over the course of like 20 different videos. I love Arlo so much.
Dude, that's like good ads are actually really hard to skip because what is it? The one that I was recently thinking about was for Internet Common Etiquette. Eric walks up and he's like, "Hey, I found a loose Raycon in the conference room," and he goes up to the secretary. He's like, "Is this yours?" And she's like, "You found a loose Raycon in the thing," and he's like, "Yeah, the everyday U25s or whatever the fuck they're called." And then she's just like, "Yeah, no, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it." And so then she takes it, and then like another person comes in and goes, "Hey, have y'all seen like a loose Raycon lying around?" And he's like, "Yeah, I gave it to her." And she's like, "I've never seen this man before in my life. He doesn't have my Raycon. Or he doesn't, he didn't give me a Raycon." And so then the guy looks at him and goes, "Okay, so you must have it. Now give me, or now like empty your pockets. Let me see, or I'm going to call the cops." And he's like, "No, don't call the cops." And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "My pockets are full of drugs." and, and then you look over and she's wearing the Raycon. There's a single Raycon in her fucking ear. And you're just like, "Oh yeah." And then like they have an argument. He's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna leave because I wasn't joking when I said my pockets were full of drugs."
This isn't part of the ad. Thank you for Raycon for allowing me to buy so many drugs.
Yeah, dude. Who fucking knows? Well, I'm glad that you got complimented. I actually had a weird experience this morning. Not in a way that's like complimenting. Just one of those things I was like, okay, what was I doing? So I walk into the gas station, right, to get like a Diet Dr. Pepper for later because like, I don't know, just it's Sunday and I want to have something sweet, right? So I walk in.
You gotta have it lying around in the house.
Yeah, just like I walk in and look at the thing, grab a singular Diet Dr. Pepper, and then I walk up to the front, and the lady, this short Hispanic lady comes up and she's like, I think she's like in her 20s, so I don't know why I'm calling her a lady, but still, she looked at me and she goes, after scanning my stuff, she's like, "Are you from Norway?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, okay. I was deployed there, and I worked in the military in Norway for like 6 years, and was on tour with a couple of them. You act and walk around like a bunch of some of the guys that I used to work with in Norway." And I was like, "Okay."
It's in my blood.
I was like, "Why?" I just sit there and I was too awkward to be like, "Okay," or like ask why. I just like basically got my stuff and left like a fucking loser. It was just like, "Enjoy your day." Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna eat my lunch at that table.
What would have happened if I had just been like a fucking smartass and just like went into a Norwegian accent and just like, "Yeah, I'm from Oslo." Like, or some kind of fucking bullshit.
Pulls out an axe.
Just, whatever. I don't know. I was like, apparently, because another person commented on something, like I was at a restaurant like a couple of weeks ago, and someone asked me where I'm from. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Oh no, you just don't, you carry yourself not like in an American way." And I was like, "What does that mean? What the fuck are you talking about? What is happening?"
Hey, look at him. He don't walk with a slouch.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, okay, cool. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but apparently I'm not American is what people think, right? Even though I was, born in fucking Texas. So,
that's my entire life story right there, but it's mostly because of the racial ambiguity in my facial features and my body type. Mexicans aren't supposed to be 6'4".
Yeah, probably not. Probably,
No.
you look more fucking Greek than anything. Actually, Greeks are kind of tiny too. I don't know, dude. Don't listen to me.
Did I tell you about
racism?
Did I tell you about the DNA test that ruined my life for like 3 weeks?
Why?
So my mom took a DNA test, and she found out that
Did it turn out she was that bitch?
No, maybe, but I would never say that around her.
No, I mean, it's the song, right?
Yeah, the one by what's her name, Lizzie?
Lizzo, yeah.
Oh, okay, Lizzo.
There's a Kids Bop version too. That's like, I took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that kid. I'm like, yeah, you're a child. That's why you can't say fucking bitch. Like,
I don't know why Kids Bops tries. I don't get it.
It's so Karens can have their kids to listen to something while they scream at the waiter.
There are many musics that kids can listen to that have explicit language in it that is not harmful for their growthful development. I'm just trying to sound smart. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So continue. Sorry, interrupt.
So,
okay, go ahead. Yeah.
No worries. My mom took a DNA test, and it turns out that she is like as Mexican as you can get, because she's like 50% Western European and 50% native Mesoamerican.
Yeah, so there's like absolutely no fucking question. It's just, there you go. That's it. That's what you are.
As Mexican as possible.
Yeah.
But that means that I am, because my father was Italian, genetic, like he was half Italian, half Mexican. So, it turns out that it's very possible that I am more European than I am Mexican, which definitely explains a lot of my genetic imbalances. No.
Where are we going into, like, phrenology? Is this what we're doing?
Eugenics. No, what's that? What's that word? Like, everything's supposed to be green, but that one thing is red. It's
abnormalities.
Abnormality. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely explains my genetic abnormalities. It scared me on a cosmic level because I know zilch about like Italian culture.
Okay. Just watch Luca on repeat. It's spaghetti all the way down. Like, there you go.
Yeah, but there are no fish monsters in Italy. It's all fiction.
Yeah.
Man, Olive Garden is
know?
Bro, Olive Garden is so good. I wish Italy was a real place.
Oh my god, fucking what? Okay. So, it makes sense, right? So if your mom is half, like, Native American, Central American, right? So if your mom is half that and half Western European, and your dad is what, like, Italian / whatever.
I don't know what he is, so it'd be safe to say that because his name is Gibran Guido, which it's not a Mexican name.
Yeah. So essentially, right, the whole entire thing just kind of goes down to like percentages, right? So if your mom's only like, half and your dad is like, I don't know, a quarter or something, that still means that the majority of your genetics coming out are potentially just that, right? It is like a quarter or something. And I'm not a mathematician, so anyone in the comment section, fuck you. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. I'm a historian. I don't add up the numbers. I just date them. That's it. But still.
Well, I flirt with mathematics. I want to see your curvature.
Show me that sine or sin if you want to be dirty.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Whenever somebody says what race I am, I always say the human race. Yeah, because I'm a humanitarian.
Okay.
Sometimes I joke and I say Samoan or Russian, and they buy both of those. Like,
yeah. I can see you looking like a what is it, from Siberia, like one of the fucking 100 tribes in Siberia. They kind of look like, they range from like Asian to like almost Eskimo looking people. So
I was born in the warmest place in all of Siberia, the fridge.
Yeah. The fridge, right?
Okay. The warmest place in Siberia.
Yeah. So I mean, because I took a DNA test too, right? So it's not surprising, right, that you would find that out, because we were like, oh, both my parents have Irish ancestry, like, what the fuck, right? It's never gonna be like whatever. And so like we get it, right? And it's genetics is like, okay, yeah, it's like Irish, British, and then Scandinavian, and then German, and then it turns out that I'm 3% Ashkenazi Jew. So
what's Ashkenazi?
It's Eastern European Jewish.
Okay.
So
why is
I was like,
That's a certain way of saying Eastern European.
Well, it's because the Ashkenazis were people like within Eastern Europe that were their own kind of separate tribe that converted to Judaism, which, okay, great, because Judaism to conversion is like one of the hardest thresholds to get through as far as like, that kind of stuff, because you have to be, quote, the chosen people, right? But, yeah, so I'm 3%, and then we tested my dad, and my dad has 0 Ashkenazi, but my mom has Ashkenazi, which technically means I'm full-blood Jewish, technically, right? I don't identify as Jewish or anything, but, like, if I was talking to my friend who's, like, really Jewish, right? Really, really Jewish, genetically speaking, and he was like, oh, yeah, no, if it's a matrilineal thing, so the way that people know that you're Jewish is if your mom is Jewish. And I was like, oh, cool. So he's like, yep, welcome to the tribe. And I was like, fuck, okay, great. Fuck as in like, well, that's something I didn't expect. It really was something that kind of was like, oh shit.
Here's a candelabra.
Just like how you were essentially like, oh shit, I guess I'm not as Mexican as I thought. Mine was just like, yo, where the fuck did this Jewish line come in? Right? Like, because I have none of the physical features of like someone who is like ethnically Jewish or like Israeli or even Ashkenazi. And I'm like, okay, cool. I guess something just kind of sprinkled in there, because another coworker of mine, she took a DNA test and she was like, apparently 10% West Africa. And I was like, she's white as fuck, right? White as fuck, dude.
Wakanda forever. Everybody can say it.
Yeah, I know. It was just like, huh. I was like, so, what did your family do during America in the 1800s? And she's like, we don't know. Our grandmother refused to say, or like great-great-grandmother refused to say anything and just died with her. So, yeah, there you go. That's
Man, there's so many movies and books out there based on like Diary of Blank. Old people don't tell us shit.
I know, right? Well, they also are greedy fuckheads, so sometimes, specifically the boomers, but hey, there you go. What is it? I don't know. I'm just gonna say the last thing that happened like this week that was kind of cool, right? Was a kid actually complimented a student complimented my music playlist. Like, actually That's said, nice. I love your music. You have good musical taste. And I was like, what? And this is like the first compliment. This is like the first compliment that I've received from a student in months. So it was kind of like a splash of cold water in the face that's like really refreshing, but shocks you for a second. You're like, huh? What? Okay. Hey, thank you. And they're like, yeah, can you make it public? And I'm like, ooh, that would require me having my YouTube channel open to them. Like, nah, I'm good. You can.
I don't want to deal with the lawsuits.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, they'll find my playthroughs, which are fucking sucky. But, just generally, they would also probably find this podcast, and then I'd get fired for saying something derogatory, a.k.a. nothing. So, but still.
You mentioned a cool splash of water in the face. I want to bring up Lego Star Wars. Were you ever a fan of this?
No, I think Lego Star Wars kind of came outside of my time when I was a kid. Because when did the first one come out?
I don't know, but it came out on GameCube, and it came out perfect for my time. Now, this is something I say a lot that has gotten me in a lot of trouble. But out of all the Star Wars stuff, I've only seen episodes 4 and 5. I haven't seen 6.
Only seen I
haven't seen 1, 2, or 3, but I know the entire story because of the Lego video games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're kind of comprehensive.
Oh yeah, so it was 2005. I was 15 at the time, so that was that was not my time to play like Lego Star Wars stuff.
It's everybody's time to play Lego Star Wars, and Steam agrees with me because the Skywalker Saga just came out, and it's literally, well, not all of them, but it's almost every single Lego Star Wars games. I believe excluding the Clone Wars. But it's the Skywalker Saga, episodes 1 through 9. And it was released last Tuesday, and within 2 hours of release, it reached a peak of 82K concurrent users, meaning that it had more players than Team Fortress 2, Rainbow Six Siege, and Football Manager 2022. And it completely demolishes the numbers for the last best Lego game. Because the last best Lego game was Lego Marvel Superheroes, which I actually had on the Xbox One when I was 16.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right.
So
I love Lego games. But the highest concurrent players it's ever had was 5,953 8 years ago.
Oh.
So Skywalker Saga beats it out by more than 1,200%. 1,200%.
Damn. Okay, great. So Lego's making some money. George Lucas, Disney making some fucking coin there.
The past never happened. I am in control of my own movies.
Dude. Don't get me started on the fucking Star Wars shit. I'm gonna like, it's gonna devolve into like me crying and screaming and whatever. But hey, that's cool. Lego games were not really my thing. Back then, of course, obviously, it's because my parents were basically like, you have to buy your own video games and earn your own money because we're never giving you video games or game consoles. So, you know, I got an Xbox, I think, when I was like 12 or 13 and just kind of like played Halo with my friends and Guitar Hero and that kind of shit. So,
hell yeah.
Lego Star Wars or Lego, like really anything wasn't really a thing for me. Although I did play the original PC game, Lego Island. You know, where you're a pizza delivery dude who, like, has, like,
Mr. Roni, Pepperoni.
Yeah, like, that was my Lego game, right? And I'm still waiting for a rehash of that to come out, because I would love for that thing to come out.
Lego Island 2 on the PlayStation 1, and Lego Island Extreme Sports, spelled with X's and Z's. Like the 360, I think.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And both of them were not as good as the first Lego Island.
No, yeah, the first one. I just remember the first one working on our compact computer that's like color was eggshell or some kind of shit like that. Or just like mid-range thing. Plastic.
Bro,
and just...
every computer back then, they had this color of how like they described the business cards in American Psycho.
Yeah, dude.
Freaking eggshell white. It's so. The thickness is so. I forgot what he said about the thickness, but he was.
Well, I know it was like
really
basically like trying to make it like non-offensive, right? Is eggshell white is non-offensive. Yeah. Because like I remember getting excited because what is it? One of my friends got a Gateway computer, and the Gateway computer is the only thing. Like they look just like the fucking compact computers, but the difference is the packaging was like cow print. The cow print packaging, and it would just be like something new and something awesome. And then Apple had their like old clamshell laptops. I actually wanted a clamshell Apple laptop, like one of those old ones that had like pink and blue and like purple, green, yellow, right? Like they were. I wanted one, but my parents were like, no Apple, and now they all have Apple shit, right? So
man. I'm the opposite. No Apple forever. Also, I don't know why or how, but I've never cared. So you know, like the controllers, the third-party controllers that have clear shells, right?
You mean like Mad Cats with a Z?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. We had one of those.
I've never cared for clear shell, but I've always had one, no matter what console. In fact, I have one for the Switch because it's a wireless controller that was on sale for $15.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's a very high quality controller, but once again, the clear shell, it snakes its way into my life.
Yeah, dude, it's the gods telling you to fucking like buckle fuck down and just get a clear shell. Be part of the mainstream, Robinson.
Bro, even my PC is clear shell.
Dude, I mean, I honestly like one of these things of I want to get a case because I like my computer and I just want to transfer it to a new case, but I want to get a case that just like has good airflow but doesn't look like a gamer like PC, right? I want it to look like something like the old Dell Black like desktops used to look like, right?
So like the computers they have at the schools?
So kind of no, because those are like all-in-ones. I'm talking about the ones where they used to have like an actual desktop, like without the screen on it. Like they were just all black, no RGB, no nothing. I just wanted to be kind of like if someone robs my house, they just see this thing and they're just like, oh, so this is not a gaming computer, right?
What you got to do is you got to put your PC inside of a cardboard box.
Yeah, and then catch on fire and burn my house down.
Anarchy, baby.
Yeah, but only for doggos. So, I 100% love like old-timey computer stuff. I mean, keyboards were on a different level back then. Like some of the old Apple keyboards had like buckling springs and they were so fucking fascinating. Now it's just kind of like, here's a membrane keyboard. Get used to it, fucker. And it's like, cool. Thank you.
It feels like a man's firm thighs.
It feels like you're pressing into, I don't know, the underside of your foot insole. The gel part of the foot insole. Ooh. And that doesn't feel good to me. I want actually to feel like I'm doing a typewriter kind of shit.
I like to sink into my keyboard.
I'd like it to sound like I'm basically working in the 1930s as a clerk for the government. Like click, 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 click. Just fucking.
You want to sound like.
Like ding, and then I have to like when I press spacebar, I just have to like pull the fucking thing. Like there's a little ribbon thing that I have to push across the slide. Yeah.
Wait, I got it. Hang on. Oh, no, make the ding noise.
I'm just hearing straight silence, Robinson.
I can't make a ding noise, damn it.
Okay, yeah. Oh well, it's because you tried. That's why.
But because I think it's funny, allow me to tell you what I think the Star Wars movies were based on the Lego games.
Okay. Now, you're also talking to someone who read all the books, played all the like, you know, Lucasfilm outside of Star Wars games, and
I bet.
And has a fucking tattoo of the Imperial logo on his fucking right bicep. So, okay, bring it on. Let's hear. I want to hear what someone who's only watched 2 movies of the series can tell me about the show.
So, episode 1, The Phantom Pain, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think, and a very hairy man, like
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn. And Anakin pod races, and Jar Jar Binks like blows up a ship or something, but then Qui-Gon Jinn gets sliced in half by Darth Maul.
Uh-huh.
I completely forgot everything about episode 2, so we're gonna skip that one. But I know episode 3, like Anakin has a baby or something with his wife, and like they don't have dialogue in the Lego movies. There is no spoken word in the Lego movies. It's all pantomime. So Anakin like has a baby, and then he gets mad and he tries to kill his wife, but Obi-Wan's like, "What the fuck?" And then they fight, and Anakin falls in lava, and that's when he turns into Darth Vader. And now Darth Vader is after his sister. After his sister in the ship, and then they get sent down. CP3O and R2D2 are like, we need to find Luke. We need to find Luke because he's the chosen one, and bring him to Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi dies, and by Darth Vader's hand. And then Luke, that's episode 4. And then at some point Han Solo shows up. And then episode 5, that's the training arc with Yoda, I'm pretty sure. And
I'm just going to let you flounder here for a bit. I want to hear more.
I forgot what episode 6 is about. But I will say... when does Jabba the Hutt come in? I will say that Jabba the Hutt's jester, his full name is Salacious B. Crumb. Yeah. And he's a lizard monkey. What?
Okay. Great. Continue.
What?
No, continue, dude. To go.
They blew up the Death Star in episode 4. Then wait, what the fuck were they fighting? Oh yeah, Emperor Palpatine. I completely forgot about him. So like Emperor Palpatine, who used to be Count Dooku.
No.
Wait, they're not the same people?
No, they're not.
Oh shit. Well, like, Emperor Palpatine's like, kill him, Anakin. Kill Darth Vader, and you can be the president of space. And Anakin's like, wait, no. No, Luke.
It's Luke.
Luke.
Yeah, it was like,
Kill him, Luke. And then you can be the president of outer space. And Luke's like, I don't want to. And then Darth Vader summons birds. And, like, birds chase Palpatine off of, like, an OSHA violation. It's like a it's like a stairway without guardrails, and then Palpatine falls to his death. And Darth Vader... No, this isn't when he says, I am your father. That's episode 5. Episode 6 is when, like, Vader takes his masks off, and then he dies in front of Luke.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't Han Solo, like... Wait, wasn't he, like, trapped in ice and almost dropped? No, Boba Fett died in the Rancor pit. Or was that Jango Fett?
No. Boba Fett did not die in the Rancor pit. Boba Fett got eaten by the Sarlacc pit, but then survived.
Wait, which one is the giant sandworm?
The giant sand. That's the Sarlacc pit.
Okay, then the Rancor. That's like when somebody tried saving Anakin, and then someone's like, "No, you can't save him," and he drops him in the Rancor pit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Also, who's the black guy? He betrayed them, and he sold them out to Jabba.
Lando Calrissian.
Lando, yeah.
Yeah. No, he didn't sell them out to Jabba. He sold them out to Vader in episode 5. Yeah. No, it's one of those like I have a very complicated relationship with that character because I fucking hate him so much.
Which one, Lando?
Lando Calrissian, yeah, because number one, he's like one of the very few actual black people in Star Wars, and he's like a traitor and like a con artist and like a liar and a schemer. I'm just like, cool. That's how you think black people are in Star Wars universe.
I mean,
right?
the first canonical black character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure's name was Smokey Brown, and then he became the mayor of New York.
Well, isn't like the whole thing about JoJo's that they're named after like bands, like hair metal bands or some kind of fucking shit?
In part 1 and 2, yes, but after that, their magic ghosts were named after the bands.
Oh, okay. Well, still, like, it sounds like he just took the name of, like, some kind of, like, 1940s, 1950s jazz musician. Like, that's the...
Can I be Smokey Brown? I would love to be Smokey Brown.
Yeah, you can call yourself whatever you like, Robinson.
Hey.
So, dude, I don't know, man. Like, listening to that, I was kind of like, okay, no.
He's confused. He's confused, but he's got the spirit.
Yeah, Palpatine is not chased off a ledge by birds.
Well, that's how they did it in the family-friendly version of the Lego Star Wars game.
Huh. Because he's, like... I'm actually not going to spoil it for you because you haven't seen these fucking movies. So, you need to fucking watch some movies, my guy. Like, take your mind off of your fucking job, like, search, and just watch Star Wars, right? Watch episode 6, right?
I swear to God, Satan said that to one of Jesus' disciples. Hey, stop looking for the Messiah. Just watch some Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, if you think the devil is some kind of fucking punk, then yeah, whatever. Not the master of lies. He would probably be like, The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie.
I do know The Last Jedis because I've seen all of them.
You've seen all the new ones.
Yeah, but only because they eventually became free, and it's always like somebody wants to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, watch the old ones. Like the old ones are like have their charm.
I really liked episode 4, and I think I've only seen half of episode 5.
What? That's actually my favorite one. Because like think about it like this, right? So the reason that I like episode 5 is the first time in cinematic history in a kind of like trilogy in which like the bad guys win 100%. Like all the time, right? Like it's not like, any 80s or 70s movies. They're like, the
that's
bad
the
guys
one
will
where
never lose.
It starts off in Hoth, right? Where
Yeah.
Luke has to cut open a tauntaun and not live inside it, but like get inside for warmth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but he didn't do that. He passed out in the cold. It was Han Solo that put him in there.
Okay,
Because, Han Solo is like a survivalist kind of person. So, there you go. But still, dude, like, episode 5 is groundbreaking in that regard of, like, we're a kids movie and we want kids to understand, like, hey, sometimes bad people just win. And, how crushing that is, like, that their characters got their asses handed to them, right? So, I don't know. Like, I really do think that you should give 5 a watch and then do 6. I actually liked 6 when I was a kid because I liked the Starfighter, the A-type, Starfighter. The one that actually looks like a probable ship, not like the X-Wing or the bomber. So, hey, there you go. Go take your self and go watch some fucking Star Wars. Just blow some popcorn up, right? So get some popcorn, get yourself some root beer, some red vines,
goddamn mug.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Yeah. I don't know why, but for some reason, for the audience, I'm on TikTok because I'm trying to grow our audience here. And for some reason, there is like a race war against mug and bark, right?
Yeah.
Like, there is like a soda brand loyalty war against those two root beers. And don't even bring up A&W because that's like the equivalent of...
A&W's like white supremacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I don't fucking care. Like, I hate the whole brand loyalty thing because corporations don't give a fuck about you, right? So
bro, I learned that my favorite off-brand soda is now a little ditty called Mountain Sweat.
Oh shit! Is it like the Walmart or like the cheap third-party Mountain Dew flavor?
I found it at Smith's, and I don't know who it belongs to, but it's called Mountain Sweat.
I don't know who made this or who hurt them. But there you go.
It's like, it's not Shasta, it's not Clover Valley, it's not Kroger, it's none of like the usual suspects. It's just Mountain Sweat, and I can't find anything else on the label to like give me a clue to who it belongs to.
Oh shit. Dude, I have to say though, like, I'm actually like in my favorite soda, right, is Fresca. That's my thing, because it just reminds me of like the summer that I met Savannah.
Aww.
She was basically like over at my place like 24/7, and we would kind of like go back and forth between her and my place. And there's a grocery store, like basically like it's the smallest HEB that I've ever seen, right, in person. And it's like a food pantry, essentially. But they always had, like, Fresca. So we would buy, like, a case of Fresca, and then we would mix it with, like, some kind of liquor, or we would just drink Fresca. And that was, like, basically the summer. So it was great, right? Like, but Fresca is my favorite soda because I just like it. It's not sweet. It's not as sweet as some of the other sodas. I don't like sweet, so I can't handle that shit, right? But... hey, like, root beer fans, pop off, go off, Queens, go do your root beer shit. Like, just remember, they're wanting you to buy more stuff, so that's why. Yeah.
Since you brought up liquor, I don't really drink because I don't know, I just don't like the taste of most alcohol.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
But, so, like, a week ago, one of my friends came, and this is, like, my barfly friend, and he wanted to go out drinking, and I'm like, no, I can't. It's 9 p.m. on a Sunday. So we got some drinks from Smith's, and because I don't know what booze I like, I just get whatever I like. No, I based it completely off of branding. So, for this, I chose from Proper Brewing Co., the Blizzard Wizard, a hazy pale ale. And the soda can, I have it in my hand right now. This beer can, I have it in my hand right now. It is a dark cloaked figure holding a staff with lightning and snow exploding out of it.
on advertisement alone, I want that fucking tattooed or painted on a van.
I
want that tattooed or like painted. I want that painted on a fucking van, and I want to be a fucking like 80s like nerd that fucking get like the little fake ponytail or fucking like tiny ponytail and like get like a pair of socks and sandals and some jeans. You know, do like some kind of weirdo shit.
The funny thing is, it doesn't even taste good.
It doesn't taste good?
I still don't like straight beer. I really like mixed drinks, but like just beer, actually I really like whiskey. But yeah, as of right now,
Mister, I don't like beer, and then you go for the strongest one of the strongest drinks out there. I kind of like whiskey.
No, yeah, whiskey's the only thing.
I kind of like straight up alcohol. I don't like beer.
Whiskey's the only thing I've been able to drink straight and be like, that's pretty nice. Because like I like old fashions. I like the Radler you made me when I came to visit. That was tasty.
Yeah, dude, Radlers are what Germans give to their kids that don't like beer.
You don't want to take your multivitamin? Okay, what if it's a Flintstone gummy?
Yeah,
that's basically what you did to me.
Well, no, because like it's one of those of like, here's the thing though, like I actually prefer Radlers, honestly. Like if I'm gonna drink a beer, it's Franziskaner from Munich, and I'm like, okay, great. But if I want like a summery drink or something lighter, like I don't want to feel like, you know, I have bubbles brewing in my stomach, then I want, you know, I want a lemon lime soda beer, right? Radlers are fucking delicious. So
yeah, it's delicious. And here's another thing about it. Ever since then, I have been against drinking beer because I've been teetering on 269 pounds for like 2 weeks now.
Oh, no.
I had that Sunday. The next day I came in, I was 275. And I'm like,
yeah, dude. Okay.
I had two Blizzard Wizards. How did this happen?
It's called water weight, sodium retention, my guy. Like you're a personal trainer. How do you not fucking know this shit?
I know, but it's just like I've never had since I don't drink, I've never had like the extreme weight gain the next day. I just wasn't used to it. I wasn't expecting it from the Blizzard Wizard of all people. I thought I could trust him.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you, did you fucking eat like 10,000 calories in one day? If not, then no, you didn't gain 5 pounds in one day. Right?
I know. There's a lot of things that go into building and losing weight for the audience.
Robinson is being dramatic right now.
No, the scale did say 275.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not joking. I'm just saying you're being a little dramatic over like, I'm never drinking beer again.
Oh no, it's not that.
Weight. Yeah,
it's, like I'll drink it with friends, but like I've had like the rest of it just sitting in my fridge.
Yeah, dude. Okay, well, hey, you know what's going to be sitting in some kind of confinement for a long time is 2 fucking teenagers in Florida. It's not Florida man, it's Florida teen. So what happened?
I was going to say they're evolving, but this is not correct.
No, they're not. Yeah. So there are the 3 kids, right? Joshua Venning, Colton Whitler, and Leroy Broad Jr. They were deciding to pass off their weekend on Sunday, right? By, having some fun, doing some stuff, like, doing stuff with the boys. So,
hell yeah. Crack open a few Blizzard Wizards.
Yeah. Apparently, what had happened is that Joshua Venning, Colton Wheeler, and Christopher Broad decided that they were going to take turns wearing body armor and then shoot each other.
God, I thought you were going to say hit each other with baseballs. They shot each other?
Yeah, they shot each other and filmed it for like social media. So essentially they were like, "Oh, let's see if this bulletproof vest actually stops bullets." And they took turns shooting at each other cuz okay, so here's the news story, right?
Bro, that's so stupid. When they invented the goddamn bulletproof jacket, they tested it out on watermelons.
Yeah, well, So, police responded to a shooting around 7 p.m. on Sunday in...
Wait, they respond... So they didn't, like, do this in a shooting range or, like, in the desert or something?
No, they did it in their backyards, right?
With... Wait, BB guns?
No, like, actual guns. So, like, a 9mm gun.
Not only... Just continue. I have a lot of questions, but I feel like they're only going to grow.
I'm going to read it for you right now. So they apparently, right, responded to these, like, to calls, right, in Bellevue, Florida, and the department apparently found a victim who was shot inside a residence, and the boy was taken later to the hospital where he died on the operating table. Officers said an investigation revealed that Venning fatally shot Broad as the two were taking turns shooting at each other while wearing a vest containing a form of body armor. And the form of body armor is quoted, right?
Wait, so it wasn't even like an actual Kevlar jacket?
It wasn't actually like a Kevlar flak jacket, right? So it was just, or even like a Kevlar with metal inserts like you see in the military.
I was gonna say, even then, those bulletproof vests, they don't last forever. You need to get them replaced like after you've been shot, correct?
Yeah, like after you've been shot once, they are
it's
like
a
they
one-time
can hold
use.
up for. It's not so much one-time use. It's so much like there's only so much like structure that the vest has to maintain, so it can range anywhere from, like, if you're shooting with a 9mm, maybe it's like 5 or 6 times, but if it's like an AK-47 bullet, which is like a 7.62 by 34, it's once, right? But and then you got the metal plates, right? The metal plates will last a lot longer, but they're heavier, so it's just kind of a thing. I'm not going to get into it already than what I did, but yeah, according to the two teens' arrest affidavits, an 18-year-old who was with the group, who is identified as Evan Vowell, recorded the shooting on his cell phone and turned over the footage to be used as evidence. According to Vowell, Venning proceeded the fatal shooting by showing him, Broad, Whitler, and at least another juvenile, a 9mm gun and a vest, asking if they, quote, had ever seen anyone get shot with a bulletproof vest on. In the video, Broad is allegedly seen firing a single shot at Venning, who was wearing the vest, as Whitler stood nearby. After Broad and Venning switched roles, Venning shot Broad in the vest once. Broad nodded, and Venning then shot Broad 4 more times. Whitler, who police said was the first interviewed as a witness, allegedly misled investigators with false information about the shooting, as well as about who shot Broad. According to the affidavits, Whitler first told dispatchers, "My house just got shot up. My friend just got shot in the chest," stating that he did not know how many suspects were involved. In a later interview, Whitler claimed that Broad was shot by Vowell. No evidence of the residents being shot was found, police said. So Venning faces charges of aggravated manslaughter of a child with a firearm, while Whitler is accused of providing false information to law enforcement. Both are being charged as adults.
All of this could have stopped if there was maybe like one stick in the mud. I know that people make fun of them. I mean, they're called sticks in the muds for a reason, but these people will save you.
Well, it's like I said, right? Like, the composition of a bulletproof vest, right? Maybe 1, maybe 5, right? But they fired at the first guy, right, once, and they fired at the second guy again, and then the first guy fired on the second guy 5 more times. That's 7 bullets. The vest is compromised at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, all it takes is one geek, one nerd. Hey, maybe we should do this in an area where we can shoot without having the cops called on us. It's Florida. There are shooting ranges everywhere. Hey, maybe let's shoot paper targets instead of each other.
Yeah, right? So, there you go. These two fucking kids, like, there's at some point, right, I just have to be like, when I was a fucking, like, kid, like, when I was a 17, right, year-old kid, we did stupid shit all the time, but we never fucked with guns, right? Because guns were, this is a weapon, right? This can kill someone kind of thing, right?
I think back to what Will Smith said about his son Jaden, because, like, when Jaden got Twitter, he became known as the dumbest kid on earth, and Will Smith said, This was like 3-5 years ago. I was stupid as a kid too. The thing is, I didn't have no Twitter, so I was stupid in private.
Yeah, right. Well, like, for my group of people, right, like, we learned how to actively make, like, explosives and take the fireworks, right, and make, like, improvised explosives out of them. So it was
That's
like,
fun.
which is, number one, don't do it because it's fucking dangerous, right? There were many times I was like, oh shit, we almost died, right? And then number two,
The amount of times that I think back to my childhood and think, man, I could have died.
yeah, right. So don't fucking do it. Or like the time that one of my friends made a sparkler bomb using 12 packages instead of just the one. And like, have you ever seen?
Yeah.
It was like as thick as a baseball bat, and I just remember going, "This is gonna be loud, isn't it?" It was. It was pretty loud.
What was that one video of the idiot that strapped his body with sparklers? No, not sparklers. It's that one thing where like it's a string. Yeah, firecrackers.
Yeah, firecrackers. Yeah.
Yeah, he wrapped his body in firecrackers and then lit it up.
Yeah. But you're also talking to a group of kids who bought thermite from Amazon.
Man, you could buy thermite back in the day.
No, dude, I'm telling you, like 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s, like internet was a fucking Wild West. It was basically like
we were
hey
not
kids,
ready.
want some explosives? And just yeah. Do we need to verify your age? Just click yes, I'm 18 on here. Okay, that's it. No ID verification. Just do
the internet.
Yeah, I know.
The new way to get illegal things without going to Mexico.
The good news though is that we still have currency, Robinson. We still have currency for now, because apparently I hate to break it to you, my guy.
What's
you
this?
know our favorite lizard robot person who smokes the meats in his backyard. Mark Zuckerberg.
I will never get over the image of him, electric surfboarding.
Yeah, where he's got like sunscreen caked on his face, like missed out fire.
He just doesn't know how to act normal.
No, or like the part where he was like during the pandemic where he was like, hey, I'm just a normal guy like you. I just bought out a square block of homes so that I could privately smoke meats in my smoker because look at me doing human things.
What's
right?
a glizzy?
What's a glizzy? It's a hot dog.
Oh, no. Like, during that stream, he just kept going, what's a glizzy? People keep saying, what's a glizzy gobbler?
Yeah, well, apparently Meta, the Facebook company, right, reportedly has plans to launch a new digital currency for the metaverse. Internally, employees at Meta are calling the unannounced currency, quote, Zuckbucks.
Wait, so are these going to be like my Nintendo points?
The new digital dollars won't likely be connected to any kind of blockchain, right, like NFTs. So...
Yeah, so what I mean by my Nintendo points, it's like, hey, you bought Kirby. Here are like 700 my Nintendo points. Or hey, you bought this game online. Here's 15. Or hey, you did a survey. Hey, happy Mario Day. Yeah, and like you can exchange them for like little stuff, like
500,000 points gets you an actual game or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like no joke, I've used Nintendo points to buy like maybe $70 worth of games up to this point.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is that Meta is also planning on integrating non-fungible tokens in its social apps too, so NFTs. So,
damn it, now it's no longer fun.
Yeah, so essentially, fungible, right? Not fun, right? It's so...
No, I mean fun, because the only thing that makes these fun is that they're unlimited.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is that the digital dollars will not be connected to the blockchain of NFTs, but they are going to still integrate NFTs into Meta. And so, like, into, the whatever. Because I honestly don't understand why we're calling it Meta, because that's a fucking travesty that he thinks that he can call his company something like that. But hey, whatever. So according to a new report by the Financial Times, Meta has a number of virtual coin and currency related projects in plan in various stages of development as the company looks for more ways to make cash. And the reason is, Robinson, because rival social media apps like TikTok are taking users away from Facebook. Which, good. Fuck Facebook. I want Facebook to die. Like, I really do. Like, I want the corporation to go away. Like, literally and metaphorically, I want it to go away. And, you know, but still, like, the whole thing is, like, Zuckbucks, right? Why? Zuckbucks, like, I'm sure it's not going to be called Zuckbucks when they officially come out, but it now has that actual fucking name, right? So, apparently, the Financial Times directly names Roblox as being akin to what Meta and Facebook are trying to pull off.
Okay, so basically money that you give real life money for.
Yeah, but
which I think it's dumb because it's the same thing in Steam. If there's like a cool skin or like a cool whatever I want in Dota, sure, I'll pay 30 cents for it. But it's like, hey, you got to add money into your Steam wallet so you can have Steam dollars, and then you can buy this announcer. It's like, fuck you, just let me spend 30 cents.
Yeah, dude. I bought this game for $50, $60, $70 now. Can I just fucking have the game? Don't put any other bullshit into it, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, dude. Like, it's revealed that Meta is launching a pilot program for NFTs in Facebook in May this year. And then it will be quickly followed by a feature that will let Facebook groups limit membership to users who own specific NFTs.
I don't think it's going to catch off because the only people who use Facebook is, people who are technologically inept or people like me who just want to contact people in Mexico. Not really the VR types. But I will tell you this. In Facebook, I'm not going to call it Meta, fuck that. In Facebook, they have a lot of nicknames. So here we got the Zuckbucks. Mark Zuckerberg recently did an interview saying that his employees lovingly refer to him as the Eye of Sauron.
Yo, no one lovingly calls you that. They're making fun of you to your face, you fucking factious cow. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck?
This happened on the Tim Ferriss show. Here's a direct quote of Mark Zuckerberg. Some of the folks I work with at the company, they say this lovingly, but I think they sometimes refer to my attention as the Eye of Sauron.
Legit, is Mark Zuckerberg getting fucking bullied in his own fucking, like, company? Is this like he's reliving high school, but he's like the principal who's also getting fucking, like, trashed into a locker? What the fuck is this? Yo, he's so dumb. Like, how could someone who makes so much money be so inept at that in such maybe he's just in denial. I don't know.
He put all, if this was Fallout, everything's in intelligence. There's nothing in charisma.
Oh my god, dude.
Not even like the base stat. He somehow modded the game to have 0 charisma. No base stat charisma.
Negative charisma. Negative charisma that actually takes down your int score. So your intelligence score.
Negative
Jesus Christ, what the fuck, dude?
Negative
that
actually
made me feel that made me feel actually legitimately a little sad for him for a second. That part where he's like, they say this lovingly. No, they don't. Like, oh, sweetheart, no, they don't. No, they do not. They do not do that lovingly. No one calls you like
the
monster,
Eye of Sauron,
or calls you one of the worst monsters in the Lord of the Ring universe for fucking that, right? So
kind of the equivalent of somebody calling their boss a fucking Batnik from like Sonic, Eggman's robots. Yeah, they call me Batnik. They say it lovingly, or like they call me Sephiroth. They call me Bowser in a loving way.
Yeah, or like, what is it, in Elder Ring, there's this guy named Rodon, the Star Scourge, would be like, they call me the Star Scourge, like, as a nickname lovingly. No, they don't. No, dude. They
call
you
me
the Star Scourge because you're someone who thinks that he can hold up the entire world and is strong enough, but is really just a fucking idiot. And that made me so fucking sad for him. Fuck them for making me feel sad for him. Like, dude, They
call me Andrew Ryan at the workplace because of my impeccable sense of style and my amazing speeches.
And I also talk like I've got a northeastern accent. You see, a man chooses, a slave obeys.
And and a Facebook.
Now remember to smoke a cigarette with your coffee. It's the best way to start the day. Dude, I fucking cannot believe they call him the fucking Eye of Sauron to his face. If I went up to my boss and called him, I don't know, like, again, like Star Scourge, right? Like, it's just, even the context of it would be kind of insulting. Or, yo, that fucking makes me so fucking happy and sad at the same time. I've got a new emotion now.
Oh, that's like...
Oh, my God.
Like, Zuckerberg, for me, he's another Alex Jones. Because, well, I think I'm, like, over my I love Alex Jones things because, we talked about it. But, like, Zuckerberg is just such a character. Like, honestly, I don't believe he's a real human.
Yeah, but remember, characters can also be, like, villains, right?
Yes. Dude, he wore a goddamn booster seat to court. I can actually see why people bully him at work now. Oh my fucking God. Have you never seen that image before?
No, I've seen that image, but
okay,
I forgot about it till now. But I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, I can see why people bully their boss.
Bro, you can't even have a fucking cell phone. How this man get an entire booster seat?
Yeah, dude, like, I don't fucking know. So you know what Zuckerberg reminds me of? Have you ever had like that weird kid in middle school or in high school that is like, you think that he probably eats paste, but he doesn't like do it in like open plain sight, but he's like super weird, like to the point where no one like really talks to them because he does like really awkward things and doesn't like has no social like kind of inept. You think they might be a little like, mentally handicapped, but it turns out they're just normal, but they're just fucking weird as shit. Like, the kind of kid that I'm talking about, the one that has like, a fandom, and he's basically like one of the like does weird hobbies. Like, I'm into ornithology, and you're like in middle school, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, oh, I like to watch birds or study birds. Why? Because they're fucking neat. Okay, so what do? I watch birds. And you're just like, that's what Zuckerberg reminds me of with his fucking smoked meats, with his nerdy fucking hobby meats. Shit. Yeah, but like he has no like and you feel bad for the kid, right? Because you feel bad for the kid because he gets bullied he gets bullied in high school relentlessly.
But you do not want to hang out with him.
Yeah, but he aggravates you so much. Even trying to be nice, you're just like, I don't know why I decided to do this, but I'm trying my best, and you're making it really difficult right now for me to be friends with you. That's what Zuckerberg essentially is. Like, Zuckerberg is essentially that kid.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely.
Like, look, he's the guy that was kind of like in college who was just like, hey, you know what's a good idea? Let's rate the appearance of women online. And then he got in trouble, and he's just like, what do you mean I'm in trouble? I don't know. I'm not in trouble, right? Like, why am I in trouble? I don't understand, like, why this was a bad thing. So, it's so fucking weird, dude. Is he, like, is Mark Zuckerberg on the spectrum?
Because I 100%, like, if it came out that he's, like, at least 70%, I would not be shocked at all.
Dude, I just don't know. Here, I'm just actually going to Google. This is going to be a dangerous fucking Google. Let's see. Zuckerberg.
Because, like, the thing about autism, it's that it is a spectrum. Like, there are some people with 0%. There are some people with 100%. Everybody's, like, 5%.
Huh. Okay. So, yeah. So, looking at the Washington Post... The Washington Post
is bullying him now?
The Washington Post, and I'm quoting the Washington Post, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has been described as, quote, a robot having a touch of Asperger's. Yo! Whoa!
I want to report to HR. That's not a burn. That's just mean. That's just kind of mean.
But apparently he's never been tested, but experts think that he has Asperger's. So he's on the spectrum somewhere, but like he's never been diagnosed, so you can't say yes or no to that, right? Like he has to be diagnosed by a licensed or therapist or psychiatrist, right? Depending on which state you're from. So probably he's a fucking I don't like that makes it just fucking like worse. Oh my fucking god, dude! Oh man, Washington Post came out. You know what I just realized?
Mark Zuckerberg used Symmetra from Overwatch.
Yeah, dude, but like Symmetra actually does good shit, right?
No, she's a villain.
What are you talking about? Symmetra is like one of the few people that's actually like stood up to the corpos. In the lore.
She is the corpo.
Yeah. No, like she worked for one, right?
No, she continues to be. No, isn't her lore that she works for this corporation that is super? It's sleek, it's clean, it's white and blue, just like Apple, and she's like mildly autistic, and like everything's got to be perfect. It's like
well, I mean that's how she does like the energy or the lines, right? Is that she's able to comprehend that because she put all her stats in int and none in charisma. So
maximum charisma.
Yeah, but still, dude, like, I just, it's so fucking funny.
I want fan art of that now. I want fan art of Zuckerberg and Symmetra's like base dress.
Oh my god. Apparently, Reid Hoffman, who was one of Facebook's first investors, had said his first impression of Zuckerberg was how quiet he was. Zuckerberg said maybe 15 to 20 sentences in an hour-long meeting. What I most remember was scratching my head going, why is he being quiet? It turns out he was being quiet because he's thinking a lot, Hoffman said in the interview on This Week in Startups. He's perfectly fine with, hey, if there's ends up being 5 seconds of silence, it's 5 seconds of silence. I'm thinking.
You know what? That I do respect. That I do respect because
like
every time
I do it too because I try to think of like how I'm going to say the things that I'm trying to, right, and it ends up being fucking weird. But dude.
For me, it's like every time I was like in anything romantic with a lady. Anytime I go silent, what are you thinking about? It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to explain to you about like the thought I had just now about pickle bears?
Dude, I gotta tell you this.
They're green bears. They don't bleed, but they spill out pickle juice.
Dude,
and they would destroy the world's oceans and kill all the fish. I don't remember why I was thinking about that.
Dude, I am fucking gonna read this quote to you.
Okay, what is it?
Zuckerberg's willingness to be different and ignore social norms maintains itself in other ways. Quote, I just killed a pig and goat, he once posted on Facebook during a year in which he spent a year only eating meat he killed with his own hands.
Okay, but to be fair, that is a dream. That is something I would like to do. Like
honestly, as a vegetarian and a former butcher, I'm like, okay, respect, right? That's a little bit of respect, right? Like if you're going to be a meat eater or if you're going to be a butcher or is like anything, you're going to dismantle a carcass, right? But still, that's kind of weird, especially when he's also known for being like a stereotyped as a fucking lizard person or a robot, right? Just like, what does he define as pig in whatever, right? So I'm looking at this, right?
The journalists are out today. I shall go pig hunting.
I'm looking at this, the article. I'm going to have to fucking send you this article. It is like giving slight jabs without like being like, we're just going to fucking make fun of this guy. It's literally just like written, whoever wrote this. Okay, Matt McFarland, you have my fucking like just writer of the week. You win my writer of the week as far as newspaper articles go. Jesus, dude, this is... Whoo, even though it was published in 2015, dude, it's so fucking savage. Because it's like
stop
Mark
bullying
Zuckerberg,
the billionaire.
Yes, because billionaires are they're such a underprivileged like class of people. Now, I got one last story for you, my guy.
What's up?
Remember the odd kid that we talked about that's like really aggravating and weird and is a fan of like one single thing and it becomes obsessive to the point where you're just like, why are you here? Kind of thing.
That was me when I first played Smash Bros. Brawl.
Okay. Well, you know the person I'm talking about because Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced.
All right, that's an inside joke that won't be explained. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Yeah, it will not be explained, right?
Well, yeah, so what about Kingdom Hearts?
Because here's the thing. I love Kingdom Hearts, right? Because that was like my first PlayStation 2 game that I ever played. But Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced today, or was announced this week.
Damn,
Square
really?
Enix, yeah, it's the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts.
Damn. Jeez.
Yeah.
I forget how video games, like, they're as old as I am sometimes, which is crazy to think about.
Like, Kingdom Hearts came out when I was fucking 12. I was like, oh, shit.
If it was 20, it came out when I was 2.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm just looking at this. Apparently, as part of the series' 20th anniversary, according to Kotaku, Square Enix just used the Sunday evening presentation in Japan to reveal 2 new Kingdom Hearts games, one of them being Kingdom Hearts 4. The show, held in Tokyo, had live music, artwork presentation, and on-stage appearances from series director Tetsuya Nomura, and series composer Yoko Shinomura, and other developers. The big news, though, was that Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced, right, along with another Kingdom Hearts game for mobile. Both trailers included the video, are viewable for short sequences for Kingdom Hearts Dark Road's final story update. So why 3 videos in one clip? The first new game is called Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, and it's a closed beta is coming to iOS and Android this year, but only in specific regions, aka Japan, right? That's usually what that means.
A shockingly simple title.
Yeah. The Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer begins right after this and features the expected mix of Square Enix and Disney characters, only this time, quote, set in a gorgeous, realistic world, unlike anything ever seen before in the Kingdom Hearts series, end quote. Okay, what world is that, right? I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Like, Kingdom Hearts, when it first came out, blew my fucking mind, right? Because it was Final Fantasy, right? RPG shit, which is what I'm a fan of. And then Disney, what I'm also a fan of. Like, 90s Disney, right? Disney Renaissance.
What's that? Sneaking in the shadows. It's watching us with its 3 eyes.
Dude, it's so fucking cool. Like, Kingdom Hearts blew me away when I was a kid. I was just like, Final Fantasy and fucking Kingdom Hearts. That's a weird combination. It's like, you know, mixing like flavors that shouldn't go well together, which are good on their own, but they're greater together. And that's what Kingdom Hearts as a series is.
Like, right? Like mayonnaise and peas pizza.
Yeah, I feel like that one is a war crime, Robinson, and you are now in trouble with Vladimir Putin.
I'm hanging by my ankles as we speak.
We're going to have to remove all your toes and feed them to the goblin. So, dude,
I need the big one.
That quote, right? Set in a gorgeous, realistic world unlike anything ever before seen in the Kingdom Hearts series. I'm like, okay, good thing they didn't say unlike anything ever seen before, because I'm like, have y'all met the Dark Souls series? Like, their whole thing is, let's get fucking weird. Let's do some shit, right? Or even if you do, like, the Warhammer 40k. Like, Warhammer 40k has some fucked up shit in it, right?
I can't get over the nasty-ass purple hand demon that also has an anus.
Yep. Well, I mean,
that shit gross.
It's a hand of a giant that is magically alive but was cut off.
Why is it purple and pimply?
Because it's fucking dead, Robinson. They're zombie hands from giants, dude.
And I still is the Kingdom Hearts collection on Steam, because I really don't want to play the cloud version on Switch, and that's the only one I can think of.
Which is kind of weird that like Nintendo Switch has been optimized for different games, right? To run actually well. Like The Witcher runs. Witcher 3. You're telling me that Kingdom Hearts can't fucking run on the Switch when The Witcher can?
When it came out on the PS2?
Yeah, dude. Like, it was one of those things that was just like, y'all just don't want to waste time, though. I will say this. Tetsuya Nomura is one of the biggest fuckboys in the world. And I say that with love.
We've talked about this. He looks exactly like a character from Kingdom Hearts.
Final Fantasy? Yeah, he looks like a character from Final Fantasy come to life.
Nomura, this bullshit. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. No, he's like Nomura actual, like, stories that make sense. I want them to be as confusing as possible. I want to be like Stephen King and fucking M. Night Shyamalan combined into one person as I'm doing this cocaine with, like, Richard Branson of Virgin Mobile. I'm going to be so fucking out there with this fucking shit. Like, yo, dude, you don't have to make a complicated story to make a good game. Like, that's my thing, right? You don't have to make a complicated anything to make a good franchise. But he's just kind of like, no.
I will, though. I will.
So there's this guy, right? This guy who's like, you know, the original Kingdom Hearts, like, Keyblade guy. But guess what? He's not really. He's like a fake person. And he tricks these 3 kids into, like, going into the darkness. But then it turns out that one of the kids gets possessed by the dark guy, who then makes a copy of himself, who's actually the first real Kingdom Hearts user. But I'm just like, dude, calm yourself. No one had, like, it's one of these things. I'm like, no one went, like, he must have not taken actual literature classes or writing classes, because they would have told him, hey man, sometimes the best stories are the ones that you don't tell, right?
Have you
like
heard
Elden Ring?
Have you heard of less is more?
Yeah. Have you heard of, I don't know, maybe not making it as confusing as fuck, right? It's like, essentially, you can understand a Spanish soap opera better than you can understand Kingdom Hearts. Because, you know, soap operas essentially are like, oh shit, like, he's dead, but not really. And, like, all the time, they're like, oh, you cheated, but it was actually me pretending to be another person. So you didn't really cheat, but now I'm crushed because you did take the chance, even though it was still me. And he's like, I knew all along. But that's easier to follow. That is easier to follow than Kingdom Hearts lore. Kingdom Hearts lore,
Spanish.
Kingdom Hearts lore is, again, like what I just said. Richard Branson doing cocaine with a combined person who's Stephen King and M. Night Shyamalan as one person, just like, but is Japanese. Like, that is what Nomura is. And before any Kingdom Hearts stands come at me, remember, I'm a fan of the games. Before any Kingdom Hearts stands come at me, you need to remember one single fucking thing. I was playing this game before you were ever a twinkle in your father's eye. So, you know, shut the fuck up. But still. That's my little bit of boomer humor today, Robinson.
I love boomer humor. I'm a boomer at heart. But
no, you're not.
yes, I am. Get off my lawn. And
you don't have a lawn, Robinson.
I have property, which is my body. Now get off of my lawn. The fuck does that mean?
Your lawn, dude. Your lawn. You said, I have my body, and my body is a lawn.
Speaking of lawn, you want to take care of that, especially on your body. And what better way to do that than with Manscaped? I'm sorry. That's not real either.
Dude, that would actually be a fucking great segue. But you just killed it. We're never going to get sponsored now.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my anti-capitalist rants will not get us sponsored. So, oh well.
I hate getting sweaty and itchy down there when throwing Molotov cocktails at Capitol buildings. But
So that's why I gotta take care of my lawn. Get off my lawn, boyfriend.
since we're talking about Weeb video games,
Okay.
manga publisher Shueisha establishes a video game company. And
Yeah.
Shueisha publishes the weekly Shonen Jump. So they publish stuff like One Piece, Naruto, Bleachy, Hunter x Hunter, Fist of the North Street, Slam
Yeah.
Dunk, Jim Jim's Bizarre Bim Bims, Dragon Testicles, and basically they
I feel like
started
you
their
just
own,
tried to anger a whole bunch of people.
myself included.
Yeah.
They started a whole ass game company. A manga publisher started a whole ass game company. They said they're currently working on several big projects in collaboration with big time game companies. Excuse me, which means we
Okay.
might be getting some good AAA. Like, I really want a good AAA single player anime game, right? Because every anime game has an arena fighter. And every arena fighter I've played, other than Naruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm, Revival, or Resurrection, it's been ass. It's fun for like the first time you play a character, do all their moves, and that's it. The game's over. It's boring now.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would really love some like Insomniac Spider-Man levels of anime games in terms of single player. You know what I mean? Because lately, single player games have been popping off. They've been firing off on every direction lately.
Yeah.
And I would love for that to transition into anime games.
Dude, 100%. I'm excited because I remember back in like the early 2010s when people were like, the single player game is dead. It's only multiplayer from now. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's not cool. I don't like playing with people.
And it wasn't true at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 2017 is when that flipped. I believe, as a video game historian. But real quick, what's a manga/anime you would love to have a video game, and what type of video game would you like it to be?
I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that Dragon Quest has already been like in manga and video games, right? So I can't really say. I don't know, dude. I think a tactical dating simulator from Kaguya-sama Love is War would be fucking dope.
Tactical?
Yeah, like, you know, because like how the show Kaguya-sama is essentially like these two people who are really intelligent but really proud, and like who they believe for some fucking reason that whoever admits that they love each other the first is going to be the sub in the relationship, like the submissive one in the relationship. And I'm just like, yo, y'all need to chill the fuck out, right? Like, and so they constantly try to get each other to say that they love each other, but it like goes into like this giant mind game thing. Right? I would love for that to be kind of like a tactical like thing where there's like a random RNG to that, but it's like a dating sim where you're not sure how to approach things. It would be fucking like great to have that kind of video game just for the meme quality that you could get out of it. But like, I don't know, dude. I'm a big fan of Bleach. Bleach was my big high school thing, right? Bleach has already had some video games. I used to play. I imported the fighter game for Bleach back in like 2006, 2007 for my PSP, and it was great. I was like, why don't they get it in English? But I would like to have like a completely new in the Bleach universe, like role playing game, right? Like an actual role playing game that would be actually fucking tight as shit, right? But like a classic RPG where you take turns because I'm a fucking loser. So, yeah.
All right. No, dope. No, that's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah. Because then you could build your own character, right? And they could like have some kind of thing where they died and become like a Soul Reaper or whatever. That would be actually like pretty cool, right? It would actually be pretty cool. It also would be like 100 hours, and people who are really invested in Bleach would donate that much time to a fucking video game like that. So, I mean, but then again, I'm also someone who likes RPGs and turn-based RPGs. So fuck me, right? So, there you go.
Hell yeah.
That's what I would think. I know that Naruto's gotten 7 games out, right?
Oh, it's got
I
a
just
shit
don't
ton
know.
of games out, and most of them are fighting games.
Ooh, dude, what about Assassin's Creed? Like
The anime.
but One Piece. Like take a game like Assassin's Creed where there are the pirates, right? But make it One Piece.
Black Flag.
Yeah,
That would actually be dope. Now that I think about it.
yeah.
And
Because wouldn't that be awesome, right? Because you could build your own ship, you could build your own crew, you could take like whatever devil fruits, right? Or you could like
sick.
Combine devil fruits and make like different splices of them, or I don't know, like just going up trying to find Goldie Rogers like treasure.
Man,
you see, I know some One Piece.
Yeah, no, and I respect it. Because even though I'm on episode 647, it still hasn't gotten good. I'm joking. I love it. But
yeah, I don't know. I might watch episode 1 today.
What I would want is I would love like have you seen The Great Pretender?
Yeah.
I love The Great Pretender. I would love like a heist like style game of The Great Pretender. Kind of like Hitman, where you have a mission and you have like 12 different ways you can solve them, and they're all goofy. You can either be super serious about it, right, and do like the Mission Impossible way, or you can be super goofy about it and like dress up as a flamingo and seduce somebody, right? But what I need is a Great Pretender art style. The Great Pretender is my favorite art style anime of all time. Like, if you say prettiest anime, 100% Great Pretender. I love it so much. Also, you know what I was super disappointed about? In episode 1 of The Great Pretender, when they're speaking English, they actually have like a French dude and a Japanese dude as the voice actors. And then like 7 minutes in, they're like, all right, we're changing them out to English-speaking voice actors now, and it became kind of lame.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like this. Let's change this real quick, right? Damn, okay. Dude, that sounds cool. Yeah.
And I do have the Shack Attack candidate for this week. A YouTuber by the name of Ocean Is, I don't know. Here to be referred to as Ocean. So, he did this thing called, well, I'll tell you this first. Have you seen Naruto?
Yeah.
A lot of filler, right?
Yeah.
He decided to make something called the Ocean Cut. Well, people are calling it the Ocean Cut. He didn't necessarily call it that, but everybody calls it the Ocean Cut. He cut out over 115 hours of anime filler of all of Naruto.
Yo. I'm sure it's like so fucking good too, right? Like essentially just watch these episodes. Don't fucking watch. Like he did a guide essentially of, do you want to watch Naruto but don't want to watch the filler that doesn't really matter? Here's a list of what you need to watch.
Mm-hmm. So
those are great. I love those. Yeah.
No, he didn't make a list. He straight up edited everything. So for example, here, Ocean would typically take 3 to 6 TV episodes that roughly length 20 minutes of each other, and then condense them to 50 to 120-minute Ocean Cut episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, he put his entire process up on YouTube, and he said this thing. Where is it? Damn it. But basically, he cut out all flashbacks that were shown a second time. He cut out time in between like monologues. He cut out a lot of stuff over 115 hours. And you want to know? And you want to know why he did it?
Okay.
You want to know why he did it? For his girlfriend.
Why?
For his girlfriend.
So that she would know what he's talking about.
So that she would watch it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yo, love makes you do crazy shit, but also this is really helpful too, right?
It is. You can go ahead and look for it on YouTube. Ocean IZ. His video is called "I Re-Edited All of Naruto for My Girlfriend."
Oh my god, dude. That's fucking insane. Like, props to that guy. Like, really, that's a lot. That's like a labor of love. Oh my god, what the fuck?
It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Is what he did.
My god, fucking, like, editing out all of that would be fucking goddamn. I mean, hey, that's a new way to watch things, right? But still, I don't know, man. That's pretty cool. I really have nothing else to say. Gets a crisp thumb up from me.
Shack Award, baby.
Yeah,
and
dude.
With that, I'm ready to shut the episode. What about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty ready to shut the episode. I have a little corgi that's looking at me like, hey, get that dragon toy and throw it so I can go chase it. He's giving me the I'm sad because you're not paying attention to me eyes.
And I can imagine because, like, when I came to visit, he has facial expressions like a human.
Yeah, dude. He's like, smart dogs have those. They see that, right? Because I think I read something somewhere, which I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up. Maybe I'm not. But it was like that dogs that are smart and that are intelligent actually see how our faces contort to emotions, and so they try to mimic that sometimes. And just like I could see that. Like I could. Like that's definitely something like a sign of intelligence is recognizing patterns, right? So it would make sense that like smart dogs would be able to do that.
Aww.
That's right. I'm calling you Smart Cash. Yeah, he's good. He's a good boy.
And for my go to hell, I'm gonna give a very special go to hell to Florida teenagers. Be smarter than that. I believe in you.
They can't. That's the issue. My go to hell is I don't know. My go to hell is to I don't know, dude. To the thing that I cannot remember right now. My go to hell is to Mark Zuckerberg's smoked meats. I'm sure they taste like fucking motor oil. You fucking asshole.
They should only taste like butter and sweet, sweet fat. All right, good night, everybody.
Okay. Bye, everyone.